everyone! So today we're diving into a super simple but important topic, which is sentence structure errors and how choosing the right words can completely change how your message is received. Trust me, this isn't just about grammar rules. It's about making your writing clear, professional, and enjoyable to read. Let's start by talking about why these mistakes happen in the first place. Why do these mistakes happen? Mistakes like this usually happen for three main reasons. The first is writing too fast. When we're in a rush, we don't stop to think about the tone or structure of our sentences. We just throw down words and they don't always come out right. Second, relying on habits. We all have certain phrases or patterns we're used to using. Sometimes they're not the best fit for what we want to say, but we use them out of habit. Third, not thinking about tone. This one's sneaky. Sometimes we don't realize that the words we choose, like commands, can come across as too bossy or harsh, even when we're just trying to share information. Let's take a look at this example. The incorrect: within 3 days, start counting on the date you received the item. What's wrong here? It's written in the imperative mode, which is like giving a command. That's fine for instructions, but not great for information. It sounds like you're telling the reader what to do, and that can feel a bit too direct or bossy. Now here's the correct version. Within 3 days, starting from the date you received the item. What changed? We use a present participle, the word starting. It clarifies the starting point, which is the date the item was received, describes an ongoing action, making the sentence flow better and feel more polite. This small change takes the tone from bossy to professional and clear, perfect for informational writing. Why it matters? Fixing sentence structure like this might seem small, but it makes a big difference. Here's why. Firstly, it ensures that your message is clear and easy to follow. Second, it avoids sounding bossy or harsh. And lastly, it helps you come across as professional and respectful. Think of it like this. When your sentences are well structured, your reader feels understood and valued. That's the power of good communication. Before we finish, let's test your understanding. Don't worry, you can find the answers of these questions in the slide I have provided. Firstly, what is wrong with using start counting in the incorrect sentence? And secondly, how can improving sentence structure help your writing? To wrap it up, sentence structure errors happen when we rush, rely on habits, or forget about tone. But by making small changes like using present participles instead of commands, we can write in a way that is clearer, smoother, and more professional. Thank you so much for listening.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my presentation on sentence fragments. Today, I'll be showing you how to identify and fix fragments, especially in writing contexts like product descriptions. So let's dive in. What exactly is a sentence fragment? A sentence fragment is a group of words that doesn't form a complete sentence because it is missing a subject, a verb, or doesn't express a complete thought. There are three main types of sentence fragments: those missing a subject, those missing a verb, and dependent clauses that don't stand alone. You might be wondering how to spot a fragment. Now, let's look at how to identify a fragment. The process is simple and involves 3 steps. Step 1, check if the sentence has a subject. Step 2, make sure there's a verb. And the last step, or step 3, determine if it expresses a complete thought. If it fails any of these 3 tasks, it's likely a fragment. Here are some common examples. The first one, a missing subject. Ran to the store quickly. Who ran to the store? To fix this, we add a subject. She ran to the store quickly. The second one, a missing verb. The boy in the park. what boy in the park? What was he doing? So we add a verb, the boy in the park was playing. And lastly, a dependent clause, although she studied hard. To fix this, add an independent clause. Although she studied hard, she didn't pass the exam. Finally, let's apply what we've learned to product descriptions. For product description 1, for example, not able to delete logo for dropshippers. This is a fragment missing a subject. A better version would be, you are not able to delete the logo for dropshippers, or 100% new and good quality. This lacks a subject and a verb. How to fix this? These products are 100% new and of good quality. In summary, sentence fragments are common mistakes, but they're easy to identify and fix. By checking for a subject, a verb, and a complete thought, you can ensure your writing is clear and professional. I've also prepared some questions for you to try by yourself. Thank you for your attention.
We will be moving on to subject-verb agreement. Okay, well, first, subject-verb agreement isn't as scary as it sounds. You just have to think of the subject and verb as dance partners. If they don't match, the whole routine falls apart. So you just have to simply put singular subject with singular verb as well as plural subject with plural verb. Okay, well, moving on to proofreading tips. To proofread a subject-verb agreement error, first you have to find the subject and ask who or what is doing something. Second, you have to find the verb and ask yourself, what is the action? Third, you have to check, do they match with each other in terms of singular or plural? And some bonus tips that you can follow is read the sentence aloud. With reading the sentence aloud, it will help you catch mistakes. Okay, now let's explore some common subject-verb agreement errors. Okay, first, it's normally because of confusing collective nouns. Collective nouns like team or family are singular and take singular verbs, unless emphasizing individuals. For example, the incorrect one, the team are practicing. So the correct one will be the team is practicing. You have to pay attention whether the noun is acting as a single unit or emphasizing individual members. This makes a difference. Okay, now moving on to the second common error, which is compound subject. Compound subjects are joined by and take plural verbs, while those joined by or agree with the closest subject. For example, the incorrect one, the teacher and the student was late. So the correct one will be the teacher and the student were late. You have to remember that if the subjects are joined by and, they usually require a plural verb. However, when joined by or, the verb agrees with the subject closest to it. Okay, now, here are some examples from our product description. In product description 1, a response are required within the day. The subject response is singular, so we have to fix it to a response is required within the day. Well, in product description 2, your follow and 5-star praise is our greatest support. Two subjects need a plural verb, so we have to change it to your follow and 5-star praise are our greatest support.
Articles are words that come before nouns to show whether they are general or specific. There are two types of articles, which is definite and indefinite articles. For definite articles, there is only one, which is the. When do we use the? So, we use the when referring to a specific term. For indefinite articles, there is a and an. We use a to refer to anything general before singular nouns that begin with a consonant sound. Meanwhile, we use an before singular nouns that refer to something general and begin with a vowel sound. Why does the missing article exist in the text? There are several reasons why it exists. First, grammatical rules. Because of particular grammatical restrictions, some nouns do not require articles like countable and uncountable nouns. When discussing uncountable nouns in a broad context, articles are frequently left out. Other than that, plural nouns. In a broad discussion of plural nouns, the article may be left out. Secondly, editing oversights. There might be proofreading errors because sometimes a simple oversight during the editing process may be the cause of missing articles and rush writing. Articles may be unintentionally left out in hurried writing situations like taking notes or drafting. Other reasons include the contextual uses and stylistic choice. Next, for the example from product description 1, the sentence getting any response from buyer. The article the is needed to specify a particular buyer. Getting any response from buyer is incorrect because it sounds vague as it does not specify which buyer is being referred to. The correct way would be getting any response from the buyer. And lastly, the sentence from product description 2 is please bear in mind that photo is incorrect because the article the before the word photo makes it clear whose picture is being discussed. Therefore, the photo refers to a particular image, most frequently the one that is displayed in the product description or listing. Instead of referring to any picture in general, it helps make clear which pictures the remark is referring to.